Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. This is your weekly KocoSports TNA Impact Wrestling review. I'm your host, LK, from KocoSports, going solo today for this show. Apologies that yesterday and the day before there was no live reviews. However, I did upload a 205 live review. I did upload a Lucha Underground review. However, they're not live, and I do apologize about this. Google Hangouts, they fucked me so hard that literally I felt a G penis coming out of my mouth. That's how hard they fucked me. They destroyed me. They annihilated me. Well, that being said, we're back. We're running. Hangouts is at least live on the air for now. Let's hope it fucking pans out and it works for the rest of the evening. Apologies about my attire and my dressing gown. It's fucking like 0 degrees in this fucking KocoSports UK headquarters. But enough of this bullshit. Let's get on with let's get warmed up. Let's get our TNA Impact Wrestling review in the can. Straight off the bat, do you guys, the listeners, do you give this show a win? Do you give this show a loss? Do you give this show a tie? Now, there was 4 matches on this show. All 4 were title matches. There was a bit of storyline development. There was promotion for next week's title matches. And this is the regular occurrence, so to speak, of TNA. Now, to me, I don't have an issue with this, but at certain stands and certain points, I do. I feel that they overexpose title matches. I feel that they do them too often, but I understand they want to draw ratings. And I understand there's no pay-per-views to promote. So what do they promote? Next week's show. I understand that. I'm not a moron. I believe that they should, next year, go back to a 1 pay-per-view every month. I know it will cost so much, but it doesn't have to be a pay-per-view. You could sell it online, or you could do something. Create your own network like we do. Whatever you fucking do. But it just feels that they're doing title matches for the sake of doing title matches to try and pop a number. Once you do too many, those title matches will not pop a number. And it's sad, but we'll get down to breaking down this show. So TNA Impact Wrestling for December the 1st, 2016, taped 16 years ago from Universal Studios. Show starts off with Arron Rex, the Impact Grand Champion. He comes out, he issues an open challenge for anyone for the Grand Championship. Moose is the one, he comes out, he accepts. I love Rex, he was shouting, no, hit Grado's music, get Grado out here. Really, really funny. So in our opening match of the Grand Championship on Live, have Moose versus Grand Champion Arron Rex. Now, this is the Grand Championship format. It's kind of like a UFC or a mixed martial arts type format. So there's 3 rounds. Okay, 3-minute rounds. Unless it's a pay-per-view, then it's 5-minute rounds. So it's majority of the time it's 3-minute rounds. And what it is 3-minute rounds. There's judges who judge. If it goes to all 3 rounds, it'll be a judge's decision on who won, or you can win by pinfall submission, and that stops the match automatically. AKA, that is the equivalent of a knockout. Excuse me. This is obviously Billy Corgan's idea. If they carry on to use this, I'll be surprised. My prediction is next year, when TNA, because obviously they're bought and sold pretty much to Anthem, which is the Fight Network, I do believe that this format, gone. I do. I believe the format will be gone. I think it will be cut. That is what my opinion is. Round 1, Moose hits a discus lariat after about 1 minute and 45 seconds. Finished. New Impact Grand Champion. Did WWE use these tapings to write their next few shows? TNA Impact Wrestling have a women's main event steel cage. WWE does a Hell in a Cell match for the women in the main event. Moose squashes Rex in about 1 minute 30. The next pay-per-view after Hell in a Cell, Goldberg squashes Lesnar in 1 minute 30. Now, obviously, the reaction is going to be a lot different from the internet for fucking Arron Rex and Moose compared to Goldberg and Brock freaking Lesnar. But is there something to say here? Maybe, maybe not. I'm shocked, again. But unlike the Goldberg one, I love how it was an open challenge. It wasn't built as this big fucking match. Therefore, I'm not pissed off. I think Moose can be a good champion. I'm excited that we can now have Moose versus Arron Rex in a proper match, not these... I don't like these... I believe wrestling should never... if you have a time limit, that's cool. You know, it goes back to... Sorry, bash the mic there. It goes back to the roots and tradition of pro wrestling. But having this round format to try and change the business quote, I don't like that. Stick to what works. You know, especially with a company like TNA, you want to play it safe. You don't want to fucking risk everything like that, do you really? But post-match, he tries to get an interview. JB tries to get an interview with Arron Rex. Rex is crying. He leaves. And I love how they've slowly but surely turned Rex into the heel. I think Rex works great as a heel. He came in babyface as a heel. I've been enjoying his programs with Jesse Goddard, now with Moose. Maybe we can get a freeway in there. Now this opens up for heels, but when I look up and down the roster, I think we could be getting Moose versus Eli Drake for the Impact Grand Championship. I think that's what we'll be going down. And I hope we go. I do not read spoilers. This is new to me, this show. And obviously, if you're listening live, please put Win Lost Time in the comments. But B, I do not want to see spoilers. I do not know what happens, and I like watching it that way. If you like reading the spoilers, it's all up to you, but it's my opinion. Backstage, you have Jeff. He says to the Hardys, we'll defend their tag team titles tonight, but he doesn't know the condition of Matt, but he will be here. Again, just promoting tonight's show. Simple little back. That's what they're really good at recently, is their backstage stuff. Then the DCC, they come out. That's Bram, Eddie Kingston, and James Storm. DCC cuts the promo, and you know that voice they do when they're in their little battle cry, warfare gimmick, whatever the fuck it's called. It's like that, and it's scary as fuck. Now, I'm out here. I'm freezing my balls off. I'm gonna be honest. I've got a fucking little fucking blanket down here. I've got my dressing gown on. I've got layers upon layers upon layers of fucking shirts. I could put the heating on, but I don't want to be a douche. Okay, I don't want to be a douche. I'm already using electricity, the lights. I'm already using electricity. This is not mine. This is my dad's. You don't have to let me come out here at fucking 3:15 a.m. in the morning. I don't want to take the piss. So what I've been doing is I've been taking my laptop, be going in the lounge, watching in my lounge, then come out here, bring my laptop. I've been doing that, which is why I was a bit late to going live. And I'm downstairs on my own. It's 1:15 a.m. at this point. And this DC, he may call me a ponce, but I don't give a shit. This DC stuff scares me. Okay, I hate jump scenes. Don't scare me. Things like that, like scary things like Saw and things that are gory, they don't scare me. I think growing up with wrestling with blood kind of helped that. Things that scare me are groups and outsiders and outlaws and give a fuck terrorists. I think they're being portrayed as terrorists. I'm putting it out there. That scares me. And the voice, the mask, the way they're presented scares me, which means they do a good job. The way it's presented does a good job. I don't care if you think I'm an imbecile. I don't care if you think I'm a pussy. I don't care if you think I'm a ponce. The DCC, when they cut their promos in the back, in that little table, scares the fuck out of me. They cut a promo, though, saying they will erase the Hardys and become the new TNA Tag Team Champions. Jeff Hardy, he comes out. He says, you're getting your tag team title match tonight, and says they will be deleted. And then Jeff hits the twist of fate on Eddie Kingston. 3-on-1 beatdown. Storm hits a belt to the head. The DCC music hits. Lights go out, but Matt Hardy's in the ring. Matt Hardy takes them all out. He starts a loud delete chant. Decent stuff here. You're promoting the title match tonight. Now you're like, okay, I want to see who gets the out, because the DCC have the advantage with the numbers, but it's fucking Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, and I want to see who's going to win. And it made people hook. It's like a hook. It kept you around. Video package of DJZ, Mark Andrews, and Braxton Sutter. Each got a promo about being friends and talking about the X Division title match, which I think was up next. It was up next. If I get my notes, says I'd take that over there. Excuse me, I do apologize for bashing and crashing this microphone tonight. So you have DJZ versus Mark Andrews versus Braxton Sutter. If you remember, it was a elimination style gimmick match last week where whoever won their team got title matches and this team won. Just a freeway. Decent stuff. I like how we're finally getting a division with the X Division. For years and years, the complaint with TNA is you've got this great talent, but you don't use them properly. The X Division been brought. You got Braxton Sutter, you got Andrews, you got DJZ, you got Rocket, whatever the fuck his name is. You got Trevor Lee, you got Andrew Everett, you got Rockstar Spud, Crazy Steve. You got a decent damn division. Now, what I want them to start doing, which is what I think they started building on tonight, have your champion involved in some fucking rivalries. Don't just have, number one contender match here, a number one contender match there, and then just a random three-way or elimination style gimmick. Have some fucking storylines. Make me care about these characters. You have great characters throughout your show. They really fucking do. And anyone who says they don't is a liar. All they need now is just the X Division to have rivalries. So Mark Andrews, nice Northern Light suplex and then into a standing moonsault. The three men are running around here, and I have a major gripe with TNA for this one. So gather yourself. Freshen that throat. Don't want to get cold out here. This is a gripe, which many of you probably don't care about, which I have a huge issue with. So we are, three men running the fuck around. They're running around. The noise of this ring is fucking out of order. They noise that ring. They mic that ring as if they're playing to 100,000 people. In fact, there's about 100 in there. You do not need that much noise from the ring. Because you've got your noise from the ring that loud, the crowd, which is already quiet, are even more quieter. Turn that fucking ring down. Every time when the ref fucking moves, you hear it. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Sheesh. Mandrews hits a moonsault off the steps. Mandrews hits it. He's riding a skateboard, and as he goes down the ramp, DJZ knocks him off. That's pretty cool. DJZ selling the right leg all match, and he sold it pretty well. For Spot Monkeys, he did pretty well. Mandrews hits a shooting star off the top, but then DJZ rolls him up to get the win. They all shake hands. They all raise each other's hands, and then Mandrews just pelts DJZ from behind on the right leg, which was injured. Good psychology. Love that. Adore that. Happy and actual rivalry now in the X division. I was so happy he went for that leg. Great storytelling. Loved it. And then we have LVS, Lauren Venn Slut. She tells Ali she will never have a man like Braxton Sutter and won't have a job soon. They're just bullying poor Ali. Then with Maria and LVS, they come out after a fucking very long replay package of what happened last week. They showed the whole fucking segment, and I'm sat there thinking, I've already seen this, I don't care. I've already seen this, I don't care. And if the excuse to you is, oh, well, they're showing it to people who may not have watched last week, you could have just shown Ali accidentally pie Maria. That's all you had to do. It's just ludicrous. So Maria wants Ali to come out. She comes out. Ali apologizes for hitting Maria with the pie. Maria says Ali, she is the worst assistant she's ever had. Lauren Venn Slut then tortures Ali pretty much about Braxton Sutter. Maria gets in her face and tells her she messes up everything, she's good at nothing, and calls her a stupid bitch. Ali then snaps. She slaps Maria. Really great reaction from the crowd. Loud yes, yes chants. Lauren Venn Slut then beats on Ali until basically Maria drags her off and just leaves, saying, look, she's not worth it. Finally, Ali snapped. I said this on last week or the week before show. It was critical that they don't leave this too long, to the point where it's slow burning, to the point where it's burnt and crashed. So it's been slow burning, and now it's just woof. Now I want to see Ali versus Maria. That's the payoff. That's got to be the payoff. Ali must become a star from this. It has to work. If they fuck this up, I'm going to be pissed. Big opportunity. They've been building this so well. Don't fuck it up. Then we have the tag titles on the line. Hardys versus the DCC. DCC is Bram and Adam Kingston in this one. Kingston thinks he's NXT, and he's been traveling down to Florida. You know, as he's making his way to Florida, he's there. He's like, yeah, I'm going to NXT tonight, brother. Parks up, gets out, pulls the window down. Guy from Universal points him forward. He's like, that's not well. I thought I'd be intruded by full cell fuckers. So he carries on driving. He stops. He looks around. You know, he sees Crazy Steve, and he's, do I recognize him from somewhere? And then he sees the tribunal. He sees them walk. I think, I'm at the right place. As he opens his bag, gets out the car, he then sees Braxton Sutter and DJZ, looks around, puts his bag back in the car, goes to put his foot back into the car, puts the other foot back into the car, sits down, goes to drive. Dixie Carr knocks on the window, has her tits out, and says, get back here, you little slag. That's the story of Eddie Kingston arriving. He thinks he's the Authors of Pain. He obviously, when he thought he was going to NXT, he was told by Triple H he'd be the third member of the Authors of Pain. Sadly, didn't work out. Or people could be, you could either say one or two things. You either could say he looks like he was from the Shield, or you could say he looks like he's from the Authors of Pain. I love Matt Hardy when he bites. I think that he's really great, and he's nailed it down, the character aspect of pro wrestling, and he really has nailed it down. You know, what would when I look at Matt Hardy, and when I watch him wrestle, he wrestles differently depending on his character, and that is a pro. That is a pro. This time last year, we called Jeff Hardy Spliff Hardy. We called Matt Hardy Fat Hardy. I would not utter those words, not even in the same paragraph with Matt and Jeff Hardy. They have rejuvenated their careers so well. And if you had to tell me who is the VIP of the year 2016, Matt fucking Hardy and Jeff Hardy, for rejuvenating their whole careers, I would not come out here and put Matt Hardy over. His character is so fucking well developed and has so many dimensions to it. It's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love how he bites. Like, that's what Matt Hardy, that broken character, would do. Matt hits a side effect for two good near fall. Jeff Hardy hits a slingshot swanton bomb to the floor. Hardy's then both hit the twist of fate to get the win. Good length. I was surprised how long this went. Not complaining. Good length. Good match, 2.5-star kind of match. It's decent stuff. Then we went backstage. We had EC3. He tells Eli Drake that last week he proved he is main event caliber worthy. EC3 then says next week he will be having his TNA World Heavyweight Championship match, and if he wins, he will give him a shot. All you have to do is just say the word. And remember, Eli Drake lost his voice to EC3 last week in an incredible match, which if you didn't watch, I actually fucking recommend you guys to go back and watch it because it was bloody brilliant. With that being said, Drake stood there and he's pissed off, and he's like, without even saying anything, this guy just oozes of charisma. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it every fucking week. If I was a promoter of KocoSports Championship Wrestling, I would book EC3, Eli Drake, my two main guys. They are money. They have money pouring out of their fucking steroided up arms. I'm joking, they're not steroided up. Well, they might be. Then we have backstage, you have Al Snow screaming that the Tribunal own him everything. They owe him everything. That he's the one who got him into TNA. And I tell you what, his fucking promo was absolutely out of this world. That promo was better than 3/4, 8/10 of the current day wrestlers, what they could produce. 8/10 better. Get that, scrap that. 8/10 of the current day wrestlers could not cut a promo as good as that. Simple as that. Like, generally brilliant promo. He was screaming, it was passionate, and it looked like he knew what to say. He said it well, and he said it with conviction, and he said it, and it was believable. EC3 then comes out. EC3 wants to talk to Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards comes out. EC3 then claims he won't fail to win the World Heavyweight Championship for the third time next week. Edwards says it will take someone special to beat him for the World Heavyweight Championship. EC3 says, kill them all, let God sort out the rest, and walks off. Brilliant promo. EC3 is an incredible promo cutter. Eddie Edwards, not so much. I think Eddie Edwards, in-ring wise, is fucking amazing. Promo wise, he sucks. He doesn't say it with conviction. It's not that, it's just the way how he says it. He doesn't, maybe it's nerves. He just doesn't come across as a world champion. Not believable in his promo. He doesn't sound like the guy of the company. And that's not his fault. His wrestling is by far out of this world and probably in the top 50 of the world, Like maybe top 100. 50 was a bit ambitious there. Bad boy. That being said, probably one of the best promos he's cut in a while. EC3 carried him. EC3 is a very underrated promo, does not get enough credit. The guy is a god. Then we have the six-sided steel main event for the Knockouts Championship. It's Jade versus Rosmary. This is Gail Kim surrendering her title so as to crown a vacant champion. And when you look back at 2016, when you're 70 and you're sat there, well, you might be 70 now. So when you're 90 and you're sat there, rocking on your rocking chair, you will look back at 2016 and you'll think, this truly was the year of the women's revolution of women in wrestling. You have women main eventing Monday Night Raw regularly with Sasha Banks and Charlotte. Fucking, we know they regularly have wrestling matches. You have Jade versus Rosmary here in a really good cage match in the main event of Impact. You have Ring of Honor introducing Women of Honor. They have regular shows now. They have a YouTube little spot on every Wednesday, I think it is. I think that women's wrestling has come far. I remember this time when I joined this channel. I remember we used to have jokes about, going on a toilet break, or this would be, I'm going to go boil the kettle kind of jokes, which I'm not proud of. But this year, it's just delivered. And I tell you what, my opinion on women's wrestling has changed this year. It's taken a long, long time. And now I see it. Women's wrestling is incredible. Women's wrestling is good when done right by the right wrestlers. Women wrestling has changed, and it's changed for the better. It's now women's wrestling, not sluts in bikinis. Hats off to everyone who made that possible. Hats off to the wrestlers of women themselves, whether it be WWE, Ring of Honor, TNA, anywhere in the world, Shine, Shimmer. Hats off to the women themselves. They've stepped up big time. To the point where I've reviewed a fucking Shine show this year. Shine 38. Check it out on the videos on this channel and subscribe while you're there. So Rain, she's on commentary. the commentary can't get any worse. Like, it's literally like if you had a scale of really good and really shit, we're already there. So Rain doesn't. You can't go lower than that. Madison Rain, if you're not going to wrestle, I understand your part of creative. Don't book yourself just because your husband's on commentary. Sheesh. Unbelievable. Jade has some great strikes. She had really nice kicks. She hits a hurricane run off the top. Rosmary with a really nice German suplex. Jade then hits an incredible crossbody from the top of the steel cage. I always bash on about TNA about sometimes their camera angles, their production's piss poor. I always bash on that. I always do. And when I say bash, it's not me bashing the TNA. It's me bashing that part of the company. I'm not one of these people going, oh, TNA sucks. I think TNA is great. Scrap that. I think TNA is good. Their week-to-week program is good. Their finances is a joke. The way the company's ran is a joke. The fact that whole Dixie Carr's still in charge, joke. But TNA is good. And the people who claim it's not, don't watch it. And I am solely at the belief, if you do not watch it, you don't have the right to say it's bad. You don't have the right. Period. Oh, but I watched it back in 2012. Like, dude, that doesn't matter. If you do not watch... I cannot say Raw sucks if I didn't watch Monday's Raw, okay? Because Monday's Raw could have been good. You don't know. Raw could have been great, and it could have been a momentum changer. Sucks. I wish more people watched TNA. And the camera angles, this is the original fucking point. The camera angle was so high, was so low, and it was pointing up. When she did the dive and the camera moved, it made it look like the cage was higher up, and it was a holy shit moment. Really awesome spot. Rosmary that hits the mist and the red wedding, which is like basically an F5. To get the win. So Rosemary's your new Knockouts champion. She does a really, really awesome stare down with Gail Kim on the outside. Really enjoyable last 5 minutes. It's a bit slow heading up to it, but it was a really enjoyable 5 minutes. 2.5 stars. You had 2.5 star matches. A decent program. It flowed nicely, minus the fucking 10-15 minute long replay of last week, which felt like I was watching the whole fucking show. But apart from that, it was a decent show. I'm going to get some live comments. I understand that TNA haven't really done good numbers for me. Like, the TNA don't do good numbers for me, and that makes me upset. But we have some, like, the Dragon Slayer Zero says hello. Good evening. I hope you've enjoyed the show. That's it for live comments. Numbers for TNA are very strange. Like, I want to do these I want to do the reviews. The numbers just aren't there, but I'll continue to crack out the content. I want to cover as much pro wrestling as biologically possible. Will be returning with a WWE TLC 2016 preview in mere minutes. So sit back, relax, get yourself a nice warm coffee. I'm going to go get myself a nice fucking cold hot tea, or I'm going to fill up my Pepsi. That being said, I hope you enjoyed the show. Like this video, comment this video. The like and comments really are important. They really do help this channel grow. Hit that subscribe button. That's even more important. Check out our links in the description. We've got Dave Koco's book, Operation Freakshow, which I'm reading at the moment during my breaks at work. I've got a merchandise section now, which if you want to support us in this Christmas time and you want to give us a birthday present, head over there. If you want to give me personally a birthday present, head over to patreon.com/LKWrestling. Links in the description box. There's pledges from $1, $5, and $10 and $20, all giving you different perks. $1, you get exclusive content. $5, you get exclusive content and a pick of your show, and I'll review it for you. $20, you get exclusive content. Pick your own show for me to review for you exclusively, no one else, and fucking you get to be on a show. So $20 per month, you get to be on a show each month. That being said, enough of this shilling. KocoSports.net, KoCSports.net is where the world goes to catch and combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan, from this passionate fan to that passionate fan. Make sure you stay safe, make sure you stay well, and I'll be catching your asses sometime down the line.